up today on Public Eye News, debates continue to develop around President Trump's controversial immigration ban as the deadline for Dakota Access Pipeline protest nears.
Ahead, weatherman Eric Shapiro will have our weekend forecast for the upcoming week, and we'll have news regarding the NMU basketball teams. I'm Samantha Carter.
And I'm Julie Goldberg. Welcome to Public Eye News. Crews have been cleaning up remnants from a suspected meth lab in an abandoned K.I. Sawyer apartment from Tuesday afternoon. Forsyth Township Police Chief Gordon Warchak said that a citizen contacted police about the scene at around 3:30 p.m. yesterday. The Upper Peninsula Suspect Enforcement Team cleaned up what appeared to be a one-pot meth operation in an abandoned apartment on a 300 block of Dart Street. No arrests have been made, and a joint investigation between the Forsyth Township Police Department and UPSET is ongoing. And Northern Michigan University released a letter to students that warned them about causing damage while using hammocks in city property. Part of the letter says, quote, City of Marquette officials have asked the university to alert students, faculty, and staff to the fact that damage is being done to trees in public city areas, such as Presque Isle Parks, because of tree hammocks, end quote. Students who enjoy hammocking are encouraged to explore companies that sell hammock equipment designed specifically to leave no trace, which will allow citizens to relax in outdoor spaces without damaging the trees.
Kern & Company will be breaking ground this spring as they begin the construction of a new campground in South Marquette. Though an official grand opening date has not been set, the company plans to open the Rippling River Resort during the summer of 2017. The campground will be located between Marquette Mountain and South Trails Head on M553. Amenities will include a pool and splash pad, as well as a space for both tents and RVs. And new concerns are arising regarding overcrowding in Houghton County Jail. Sheriff Brian McLean has addressed county officials about the issue as they work towards a solution. According to McLean, the jail currently has 28 beds. However, as of Tuesday, the jail housed 36 inmates. McLean plans to meet with judges and prosecutors to look into alternative sanctions and creative jail bail methods to help minimize the facility's population.
Two men in black clothing robbed an Admiral gas station at gunpoint shortly after midnight on Wednesday in Saginaw. Police responded to the Admiral gas station at 3725 Bay Road just after 12 a.m. on reports of an armed robbery that had just occurred. The release stated that one of the suspects pulled a handgun on the two employees working before both robbers made off afoot with the undisclosed amount of cash. A police dog tracked the pair a short distance from the gas station, and it's believed they made off in a vehicle parked in the vacant Ponderosa restaurant lot. Police say that the suspects were described as men in their 20s and wore ski masks that concealed their faces. And two people reported dead following a crash that closed I-94 shortly before 4 a.m. on Wednesday in Jackson County. The crash occurred between a semi-trailer and a passenger car in the eastbound lanes of the highway just west of the Sargent Road exit. Police say the two dead were in the passenger vehicle. The driver of the semi-trailer was taken to Henry Ford Allegiance Health Hospital with unknown injuries. And stay tuned, because after the break, we have national and international news.
I've been around the world, but there's one place I keep coming back to. And the more I explore, the more I realize it's the place to be. I'm Tom Dalton, and this is Under the Radar Michigan.
Watch Thursday at 9:30, Friday at 5, and again Saturday at 10 p.m.
Welcome back. A Muslim activist group is reaching out to help the Jewish American community in St. Louis, Missouri. Vandals damaged over 170 headstones in a Jewish cemetery either late Sunday night or early Monday morning. In the wake of this incident, a crowdfunding campaign started by Muslim activists raised money to repair the area. The fundraiser reached their goal of $20,000 in less than 3 hours, and as of early this morning, raised a total of $70,000 for the cemetery. And a South Korean family visiting Hawaii is grateful for the Good Samaritans who helped save their son from waters on Oahu's North Shore. Roxana Saberi is in New York with the dramatic pictures.
This video shows 8-year-old Ryeon Kim playing in the water on a beach in Hawaii. His grandfather gestures to him to get out. But when the boy tries to leave the water, the waves suck him back in. For a few seconds, Ryeon's mother, Yura, and his grandfather struggled to reach him. That's when Christopher Tuncap raced in to help.
The minute I saw the second wave come, that's when I got up and I started sprinting.
Tuncap says lifeguards had already left Sunset Beach, a place known for its big wave surfing during the winter.
I dive in right when he disappeared, and I was just so scared because I'm not only thinking about saving him, but what's going to happen if I get dragged in.
Other bystanders join in, but struggle with the crashing waves and strong current. Finally, Rian is carried to safety.
I thought that maybe my son will die. Everything turned to the white, and everything turned to like heaven.
Yura says her son swallowed a lot of water, but was otherwise okay.
We're just people from Hawaii. We're not heroes. We saw what needed to be done, and we went and we got him, and that's all that matters.
I'd like to say thank you, and I'd like to express my gratitude to them.
Rian's mother snapped this photo to always remember them. Roxana Saberi for CBS News, New York.
A deadline now is set by state and federal opponents of the Dakota Access Pipeline to vacate the main protest camp is fast approaching. Officials say that the Sukidi-Sakoin camp, which is situated at the edge of the Stand-and-Rot Sioux Tribe reservation near Cannonball, North Dakota, must be evacuated today by 2 p.m. and re-entry will not be permitted. Camp residents were seen lighting fires this morning just hours before the deadline. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum has set up a travel assistance center that will offer protesters the means to get home. And Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is being tasked with improving relationships with U.S. allies who may be upset with the Trump administration policies. Craig Boswell is at the White House with more details.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson kicked off the day meeting with Australian Foreign Minister Julie Bishop.
Thank you, guys.
The meeting is expected to help ease tensions between the U.S. and Australia after reports of a contentious phone call between President Trump and Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull earlier this month. President Trump expressed his frustration about an Obama administration deal that would allow up to 1,500 Muslim immigrants into the U.S. from Australia.
You know, a previous administration does something, you have to respect that. But you can also say, why are we doing this? That's why we're in the jams that we're in.
Secretary Tillerson had a closed-door meeting with President Trump here at the White House before he sets out on a trip to smooth relations with another U.S. ally. Tillerson will join Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly in Mexico to meet with the foreign minister tonight and Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto tomorrow. The meeting comes on the heels of new guidelines from Secretary Kelly, which dramatically increases the number of undocumented immigrants at risk for deportation. And it orders the design and construction of a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border to begin immediately. Mexico insists it will not pay for the wall, no matter what President Trump says.
Earlier today, Iraq's government sanctioned Shiite troops to relocate to the western half of Mosul in an effort to reclaim nearby villages from the Islamic State group. During the movement, a car bomb detonated near the advancing forces, killing 3 troops and wounding 14 others. This is in addition to the 17 Islamic State militants that were killed in the fighting late this afternoon. The U.S.-supported coalition is attempting to remove the Islamic State from Mosul because it is the last urban stronghold they have in the country. And far-right lawmaker Geert Wilder faces complications today when one of his Dutch security officials was detained as a security risk. A police spokesperson stated the man was detained on suspicion of leaking classified information. Wilders tweeted at Dutch Prime Minister Mark Rutte today in outrage, saying that such a security breach is unacceptable. The specific details of the breach have yet to be released. And after the break, we'll be back with your weather with Eric Shapiro and sports with Charles Ousley. Stay tuned.
This Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Hello, welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Eric Shapiro with a look at your weather. As you can see behind me, the sun is out just a little bit, but it is pretty cloudy. Take a look at our current forecast. The temperature is 44 degrees, winds north at 8 miles an hour, and a barometric pressure of 30.00 inches and falling. Tonight we'll see some rain with a low of 31 and winds north-northwest at 15 miles an hour. Tomorrow we'll see partly cloudy skies again with a high of 36 and winds north at 15 miles an hour. Now let's take a look across the UP. We'll start here on the east side, here in Sault Ste. Marie at 45 and partly cloudy. And as we move down into Manistee, it's 38 and cloudy. Escanaba is 47 and partly cloudy. And down here in Menominee, it's 53 and partly cloudy. As we move over to the west side of the UP, here in Iron Mountain, it's 53 and cloudy. Up in Ironwood, it's 45 and raining. Up in Houghton, it's 41 and cloudy. And back here in Marquette, it's 44 and cloudy. Now let's take a look at your weather ahead. Friday, we'll have a high of 31, low of 23 with some snow. Saturday, we'll have a high of 24, low of 13, and again, some more snow. Sunday, we'll have a high of 30, low of 14, and cloudy skies. So, Charles, it looks like later in this week, we're going to have winter again. And I think the NMU boys basketball team has an away game, so I just want to wish them safe travels.
That's right, Eric. The Northern Michigan men's basketball team is set to take on rival Michigan Tech in the season finale this Thursday after scoring 1-1 last week against Ferris State and Grand Valley State. The Wildcats lost to Ferris on February 16th, 96-74, with Naba Eccles scoring 23 points and 4 assists. On February 18th, the Wildcats came back with a renewed passion, overcoming Grand Valley State 82-77, ending a 9-game losing streak to GVSU. The NMU Michigan Tech game takes place at 7:30 tomorrow evening in Houghton and will be televised on Fox UP and TV6. The Detroit Red Wings are scheduled for a 5-day vacation after Tuesday's 3-1 loss against the New York Islanders at the Joe Louis Arena. By the time the Wings get back on the ice, some of their teammates could be wearing different jerseys. General Manager Ken Holland has stated that if hopes for the playoffs look bleak, he may attempt to trade off some assets. Candidates for trade include Thomas Vanek, Steve Ott, and Brendan Smith. Defenseman Mike Green is also another possible candidate, although he is in the final year of his $6 million contract. The Red Wings face the Canucks next week on the 28th in Rogers Arena in Vancouver. And speaking of trades, another Detroit team is exploring trading off some of its players. Word surfaced last week that the Detroit Pistons were considering trading some of their players, including point guard Reggie Jackson and center Andre Drummond. Drummond is a major asset with an average of 14.6 points and 13.8 rebounds per game, although his focus and passion for the game have been called into question. Speaking of controversy, I hear you have an update on one of mankind's greatest controversies.
I do. Amid all the political controversies we see these days, this week Iceland's president may have addressed the most divisive topic we face today. Last week, President Johansson mentioned that he is opposed to putting pineapple on pizza, even going so far as to say that he would ban the topping if he could. Following the social media storm, the president stated he was glad that he does not hold such power. Oh, I don't like pineapple on my pizza. I'm against it. I'm with him.
That's the easiest way to ruin your pizza, no doubt.
I don't know. I'm a fan of it. Yeah,
You like it?
Sweet and salty. Yeah, savory.
Yeah, I guess it works.
And that is all the time we have for you today. Thank you for joining us on Public Eye News, and we will see you tomorrow.
The preceding program was produced in studios located in the Edgar L. Hardin Learning Resources Center by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television.